battles, thinking about throwing for it. He's got Fehoko underneath, inside the 10.
Sheesh. Sign me up. Hey, what's going on, Cowboys fans? It's your boy Foots here. Now, I got an interesting one today, keeping in the same vein with position battles, covering this draft class, the whole nine. I really wanted to dig into Simi Fehoko's film, his bio, just really the player, and talk about really the truth, the battle at the 5th receiver position. Because the truth of the matter is, between Noah Brown and Cedrick Wilson, I believe that one of these guys may be on the chopping block, but we're going to get to that. As always, thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I got some good info on this video, and I don't think that Simi has been getting the pub that he deserves. So I want to talk about some strengths. I want to talk about some weaknesses. But ultimately, guys, this is a 5th round pick. Special teams ability, a very fast 40. 4.42 was his official time. 4.39 was his unofficial. Really good size. And I just don't understand why amongst the Cowboys community, I know that we're excited about the linebackers and the whole nine, but why amongst the Cowboys community this player is not getting the pub that he deserves? But let's talk about it. So every year Cowboys fans fall in love with the undrafted free agent receiver. It could be Andy Jones. This year it's probably going to be TJ Vasher because he has the jump ball ability. But I'm looking at a guy, Simi Fehoko, who has the special teams ability, the burst off the line. He really reminds me of a big slot. So I want to get to some of his strengths and some of his weaknesses, and really some plays like you saw in the opening clip. Some strengths. Run after the catch ability is really, really good. The ability to find grass. So what I don't do is I don't like to just log in and jump into a bunch of just highlights or film. I like film sessions, but I don't like to harp on film sessions because really you can make a film session whatever you want it to be. You can make a bum look like a 5-star. The truth of the matter is, Simi was a 4-star coming out of his home state of Utah, and the guy can really play. Like I said, he can find grass. He has a really big frame. He has a basketball background. The ability to be really, really quick for that size is quite special. And when you think about what this offense entails, I really think big slot. I really think big slot. Now, some of his weaknesses, he's not a very willing blocker. He needs to get stronger, and he does have some focus drops. So he's not a guy who's going to catch everything. I wish he would high point the ball a little bit. Sometimes he just likes to use his body to shield on like back shoulder throws. But for the most part, man, I really saw like a really savvy player in Simi Fehoko. I was like, wow. Like when I watched the UCLA game, so the 3 games that I charted, Oregon, Oregon State, and UCLA, the UCLA game to me, and that's the one that you guys have been seeing on the screen, it was special. Okay, the ability to find grass, the ability to run after the catch, that dog. So, and you heard him talk about it in the training camp interview. In the mini camp interview. The dog, right? That run after the catch and you see him running a guy over. That's something that you can't coach. Ain't no drills, ain't no pad work going to make you run a kid over. Either you got it or you don't. And to me, he does have it. Now, how does he fit on this team? How does he fit on this roster? Let's talk about it. Now, coming into the draft, I had a 2-3 on Simi. Guys like Dane Brugler, I have it in my notes. Dane had a 3-4 on a 3. We're talking about 3rd round, 4th round draft pick projection on Simi Fehoko. So to get him in the 5th is really, quite frankly, is still in a very deep draft class. Receiver draft class. In drafts before, maybe a solid 2, but because this class stretched so deep, you were able to get, good value on a really heady, smart player. Now, how does he fit? Special teams, okay? I think that is so underrated. A guy who has a blocked field goal at Stanford, a guy that will run down on the punt team and go knock somebody out. That will get you on the field. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, we have the big three in Dallas. Right now, to me, we have the best receiving core. And that was one of the reasons why I said, Kyle Pitts really more luxury than need, because you have CeeDee Lamb, certified dog. You have Michael Gallup, dog. You have Amari Cooper, route extraordinaire. So you have the big three. But that Dallas is known to keep they're known to keep 5 receivers. 6 is stretching it, really, because they may want to go deep in another position. Outside the big three, there really could be a battle brewing for that 4th, 5th receiver spot. And this guy is going to have every leg up. Why? Because he's a big body, because he was drafted by this regime. Okay? Noah Brown, Cedrick Wilson, they were not. And quite frankly, we need to talk about those 2 players, because I don't want you guys to think that it's me throwing them to the wayside. We really need to have a discussion, because the truth of the matter is their production can be replaced. So when you think about Noah Brown, and I did some research on this, okay? Noah Brown, 3 years, 23 catches. That's not good, Cowboys fans. Cedrick Wilson, 17 catches, 2 touchdowns. That's a little better, Cowboys fans. But the point of the matter is, behind the big three, it's not like you're like, oh, wow, we can't replace this production. No, we can. And you guys we have to understand, and when it comes to this battle, Simi is going to be given every opportunity to win this battle. Why? Because he was drafted by Mike McCarthy in this regime. He was one of the only offensive players drafted. And he was one of the only offensive players drafted. So he's going to have every opportunity to win this battle. And quite frankly, it's going to be a real battle. I know Cowboys fans love Noah Brown. I know Zeke loves Noah Brown. But the fact of the matter is, the way he's been used as a blocker, just to come in and really has never really developed in the passing game, I just don't see it. And right now on film, I see a better player than Cedrick Wilson. I just do. Like, I was thoroughly impressed with the way he was able to get open, and especially in that pro scheme. Davis Mills played good, but you imagine Simi with the Dak Prescott, who was already reached out to him. I like the possibilities of Simi in this offense. So, in conclusion, I think that this is a battle that we really need to watch, because the truth of the matter is, you're an injury away from that 4th receiver now being the 3rd receiver. And that big slot, if you watch him in and out of his breaks, okay, he's quick. He's quick in short spaces for that size, man. He really, really is. And I just think that this offense, dare I say, with a guy like this who can come in and steal a few reps and then continue to develop, and who knows what happens with Mike Gallup or Amari Cooper, with everything that I just gave you, his strengths, his weaknesses, I really believe that Simi Fehoko is the guy who everybody is sleeping on offensively that could possibly be something. I mean, TJ Vasher, I know everybody loves him right now, but the realistic notion is he will not have a chance to make this team. It's just gonna be so hard, because I can't just bring a guy in who only does one thing, jump balls. No. Do you run down on kicks? Are you a good tackler? Do you have great feet? No, he does not. Just because you can go, high point a ball or fade drill, I have 3 other receivers who can do it all, who check off every box. So what I don't do is I don't do a bunch of film sessions on guys who, the truth of the matter is, I really don't think they have much of a shot. They're just camp bodies, are going to end up being practice squad guys. That's just foots. So I want your guys' opinion on this right here, right now. Who's out? Who's in? Who's out? You guys let me know. It's your boy Foots as always. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I got more content coming. Just kind of trying to think these things through. Make sure that I give you guys quality. It's not always about pushing out a lot of videos. It's really about quality for me. It's your boy Foots. Simi. Check him out. Hey.